We're back, and better than ever. It's Adam and Sam here with some more wrestling news. I sounded like I wasn't excited there.
It's Christian, it's Sam and Adam.
Right, yeah. I am very, very excited to talk about more creatively unsatisfied WWE stars. So let's crack on with it. Much of the same. SmackDown stars upset after their match last night was pulled. Andrade and Chavo split up on AEW Rampage, and Mick Foley has blasted WWE creative again. Stay tuned. So last night's SmackDown, of course, emanating from Madison Square Garden. It was a historic show and a historic venue. A lot of people, a lot of wrestlers very, very excited to be taking part in that show. But one important match for a variety of reasons was pulled pretty last minute last night. There was going to be a tag team match. Zelina Vega, Carmella versus Liv Morgan and Toni Storm. But they couldn't fit it. They couldn't fit it in due to time constraints. It was pulled. And a handful of those wrestlers making their displeasure, the fact that they're obviously very upset about this, and understandably so. They've made that very clear on social media. Carmella tweeting ... Just, I guess, a confused, puzzled, upset sort of reaction. Liv Morgan doing the same. And then Zelina Vega tweeting this incredible, I believe it's Naruto-inspired.
Okay.
Naruto?
Naruto, yeah. I think it's Naruto.
I'm going to get it in the neck of the comments here. That's what I've been told anyway. Inspired this incredible ring gear. Just with the caption, never mind. Like, she's absolutely gutted, and there's a reason that Zelina Vega is especially gutted about this. She's been doing press in the run-up to last night's SmackDown. She spoke to Yahoo Sports, and obviously, last night's SmackDown, 10th of September, a day before the anniversary of the attacks of 9/11, where her father lost his life. So she'd been talking about this in the run-up, really bigging up SmackDown, and she said with this interview with Yahoo Sports, I feel a sense of honour, a sense of pride. Obviously, we have the choice if we want to read names or not, and I felt like this was the appropriate year to do it. Any time that I've ever performed at Madison Square Garden, I look for the spot that we would usually go to. It's a really, really like a personal thing for her, that venue especially. And she talked about how proud she was and how she would be going out there, and obviously thinking of her father who tragically lost his life. Those years ago, and so I think it's a really tasteless move of WWE to pull this. They should have found time for it. It's
especially when she talks about how she didn't know how her dad was able to get them so many tickets to go see wrestling shows, and it really did mean so much to her. It just you could have surely found space for something. If the match is going to get pulled, just you've got to be able to somehow cram everything in. I don't understand how we can still be at a point where things are running so long or the shows are so overbooked when you've got that set amount of time every week, and I know things change, but it was just such an important it's just such an important moment,
Yeah, it really was. And you know what? It's another sort of step back, and I think WWE have been guilty of this a few times in the whole the furthering women's wrestling and the women's revolution and all that sort of stuff, evolution. And I don't know. I think it was a shameful thing to do, if I'm honest. I really feel for them, because it's clearly it's more than a match, especially to Zelina, but I'm sure the other superstars involved as well. Taking place last night was, of course, AEW Rampage, and we've seen a big old I can't call it a heel turn, but Andrade and Chavo splitting up. What went down?
So we had Andrade winning his second AEW match, defeating Pac in the rescheduled match that was moved on.
Bonkers match
from All Out. It was crazy. Some
of those moves that they were hitting. Crazy. It was good. Screwy finish.
Yeah, screwy finish. There was essentially Lucha Bros ran out to stop some interference, and then Chavo was able to, in the referee's confusion, use a foreign object to nail Pac, and then Andrade rolls over, they get to the ramp, lifts the arm up, and then the arm goes down, and then Andrade just punches Chavo and walks off. That's it.
Bastard.
Gets halfway up the ramp. Lucha Bros grab a hold of him, and they're like, all right, throw him in the ring, and then Pac locks the brutalizer in on Chavo. And what's next for Chavo?
I don't know what's next for Chavo. Is this Andrade's gimmick, just ditching managers? Because he was with Vicky for a very short spell. Chavo, not much longer.
I told you, I don't need no manager every time.
Right? Actually, you know what? I don't mind the screwy finish at all because it furthers the story, and it's a match that I really want to see again and everything. I don't know what that means for Chavo at all.
Maybe it
I
means
imagine he's a pretty handy guy to have backstage.
Oh god, yeah, I can imagine it, with the wealth of the experience he must have through his entire wrestling journey for sure. But I just think maybe we're getting Chavito versus Pac.
Really?
We're definitely not. But you know, a boy can dream. A boy can dream. One last Chavo match.
Chavo can still go, man. I'd be up for that. I think Chavo's a really underrated talker. Actually, I always really enjoyed his interviews and promos and that. So I'm a bit sad to see this happen, but we'll see where it goes.
He might find another client. You never know. It might be he's being moved off because there's somebody better, like for him, fit-wise.
Somebody better.
Somebody who's a better fit for him to manage, and maybe Andrade's got his own thing going on.
We'll see. Next up, Mick Foley has been in the news quite a lot this week, just ragging on WWE, saying they basically need to pull their finger out. The creative is awful, etc., etc.
It's like the 6th time he's doubled down now.
yeah. He's sextuple?
Sextuple down.
Sextuple down, is that right? So he's been poking the bear again, and he's tweeted out an image, and I think he put it on his Facebook too, which... it's a match graphic, first of all, from Impact Wrestling for the Impact title.
Yeah.
Johnny Drip Drip versus Killer Cross. Super intense. It was a great feud. And now...
And it's for the world title and everything, and it's very serious.
And then the second picture there is Johnny spraying Karrion Kross in the face with the drip stick. Obviously it's a step down. I mean, to me, it's less about Johnny there and more about Karrion Kross. He shouldn't be involved in this sort of stuff. He should be beating people up, you know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think Karrion Kross has gone from being super serious to just like what's going on, but. At the same time, this sort of thing, this creeps into my brain a lot. You know, WWE is very much, and you know, you get into it when you're younger, and it's always kind of aimed and made for children, really, at its core. Do you think WWE are just going to stick with that? And that's why, you know, they've got AEW, obviously, who are going to be catering to more of the teen audience. Do you think WWE will just double down and continue on with the kind of really comical, more like youth-oriented wrestling?
It wouldn't surprise me, and personally, I don't think it's necessarily like a really bad thing. We all got into wrestling when we were young, or you and I did anyway. We got into it when we were really young. We probably gravitated toward the stuff that was kid friendly because hey, we were kids. But I think it's about choosing the right wrestlers to fill those roles, like an R-Truth or someone like that, or a Drake Maverick or whatever. That's cool. Get them doing the comedy stuff. But Karrion Kross, that's not his thing.
He should be a monster.
He should be a monster.
He should have taken that drip stick and shoved it where the sun don't shine, and he should have launched him out of the arena. That's what Karrion Kross should have done. It doesn't. I don't get it. He should be mercilessly destroying that roster however he can.
Yeah, I don't think he's a difficult guy to book. I'm finding it very, very puzzling, but hey, that's WWE.
Do you think they're afraid of giving other people streaks, maybe?
I don't know.
Like, honestly, I don't know. Uber dominant? I don't know. It's just, it's so confusing.
It feels like he's a Triple H guy, right?
Yeah.
I know Trips is really hot on him, and I guess Vince maybe just doesn't feel the same way. Next up, I love what you've written here. He's a Steiner. He needs a Steiner name. We're talking about Bronson Rechsteiner, and he's changed his name up. He's changed his Twitter handle, and he's now known, and I love this, Rex Steiner.
So it's a name change, but it's not really a name change.
Rex Steiner. I didn't even pick up on it. I'm an idiot. I did have too many last. How did I not pick that? You know what? I like it. It sounds like a dog. His dad's the dog-faced gremlin.
Yeah.
It all works for me.
Connects.
I think it's a cool name.
It is great. And I love that Rick Steiner simply got his name because of his surname. because I think his name is Robert or something, and it was like,
oh really?
Yeah, it got shortened to Rick Steiner instead of Rex Steiner. So it's a similar kind of naming convention that's gone on for his son here.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah.
He's featured in the new NXT teaser, of course. He's a big boy, and with his bloodline, I think they're probably pretty high on him. So
is he any good at
seeing.
maths though? Has he got any math skills from his uncle? That's what I want.
Time will tell.
I want Scotty back and managing him with a live mic. That's what I want, WWE. That'll make me turn over.
Yeah, I'm sure WWE are just dying to get Scotty Steiner back on
and
their
his
books.
Freaks.
So
and his freaks.
Stay tuned.
Can't forget the freaks.
Stay tuned for that. And finishing things off, Jeff Hardy has been talking about a dream match that he wants in WWE. He's been speaking to Wrestling Inside the Ropes. And he wants Roman. He wants SmackDown's top prize. Good luck to the lad, because he should be setting his sights on the 24/7 title, as we saw.
He did have some very nice things to say about Roman, though, in saying that he wants to go after Roman and the title. He said, it's just so powerful, man. Every time I watch SmackDown, I love the Usos and the whole head of the table thing. The Tribal Chief is just so strong, you know. There's definitely a dream match. The dream match I've had for my career. I've never been in the ring head-to-head with Roman Reigns, so that's on my bucket list for sure, and it can be a very beautiful encounter. And I think if Jeff was to give his all in like one big kind of showcase match, if he just came back for like a one-er for a little bit, and they really built to it and let him kind of build up to the match, I think he could really, really do something nice with Roman.
Yeah, I agree. Like, market it as like one last shot at world title for Jeff, and Roman goes over still and everything. But yeah, I think that would be a really nice story. I don't think we're going to get it. I don't know what the hell they're doing with him.
Yeah,
not a clue. But hey, there you go. Again, that's Raw for you. Thank you very much. We finished on a sour note here. Sam, tell me something happy to.
I mean, the sun's all right today. It's quite
the newspaper.
Quite
no, it's
weather.
not.
The weather's all right. You know, it's good. There's probably the Great North runs on tomorrow. You can watch that on TV.
Dreadful outro. You can tune out now. See you later. All the best.
I've let you all down, everybody. I'm sorry.